Cancer placements, I hope all is well. Welcome to your reading. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, I am very grateful to have you here. If you have Cancer placements, chances are there could be messages in this reading for you. Please switch the roles as you see fit. This may or may not be your reading this time around. Please check other readings as well. If this is not your reading today, check other placements too. Thank you so very much for your love and your support. Let's go ahead and get it. We got the Page of Cups. We're going to shuffle the cards and see what we get for you. We're also going to be taking a look at what you need to be focusing on the most at this time. Messages for Cancer, please. Ace of Pentacles. That's you, the Chariot card. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That's the Page of Cups. Four of Cups in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. What's the Chariot card? The Cancer. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. What's the Five of Pentacles in the reverse? The Empress in the reverse. The Moon card. Cancer, some of you have got someone specific around you who really doesn't want to see you prosper. This could be somebody who's tried to stop you from moving on in the past or stop you from progressing in some way, shape or form. For some of you, this could be a person at your job or somebody who you've worked with. This could be somebody who does the same thing as you or some sort of competition where it comes to work, a project, something that you do. This could be somebody who's very, very competitive, but it's in a very low vibrational way towards you. This could be an earth sign, a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. Somebody was kind of banking on you being, I want to kind of say out of your element. I don't know if you kind of lost your vibe for something, Cancer, or you wasn't putting in as much drive, or you could have kind of like lost interest. For instance, if you have a competitor and you run a business, right? There may have been a phase where you could have maybe not been showing up as much. For instance, say online, because that's kind of what I'm kind of feeling at the moment. Say you've got someone who works online in some way, shape or form, and you both sell the same products. You both have a business, you both sell similar products, albeit one's done by you, or a selection of products are done by you and a selection of products are done by another person. It's like someone is always looking over their shoulder at your work. And it's almost like there could have been a time where maybe you wasn't putting out anything new, or you were sticking to the status quo where it comes to your craft or some sort of body of work that you were putting out there, or some sort of creation that you had. And this person was very comfortable with it being that way. I don't know if you had some sort of block. I'm hearing writer's block. Some of you could write or you create in some way. But whatever this was, it may have not changed for a while for you. Maybe you was just kind of doing the same thing, coasting along, plodding along. And now it's like you've got some sort of new breath of fresh air. You've got a new opportunity to breathe life into something that maybe you weren't really adapting before or changing up in the past. And somebody's heavily, heavily watching you. Instead of watching their own grass, it's like they're comparing their grass to yours, and your grass seems to be more important for this person, if that makes sense to you. And somebody can now see that you have no longer, you've come out of some sort of state of, maybe not really putting in as much work, or not being at your best, or, you wasn't on top form. You may have not have been really changing up too much. You were just kind of sticking with it For whatever reason, this could have been other outside occurrences that was going on in your life at the time. But it's like you may have disappeared, or you may not have been showing up as much, or something. There was a blip in some sort of consistency that you may have been putting in. And now you've kind of come back. It's like it's brand new. Something's fresh. Something's moving forward. And this is someone who doesn't like your success. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't. And it's giving growth, it's giving money, okay? It's giving money. And you'll be damned if you are seen down and out, okay? You're very, very successful, or you're about to be. This could just be in life in general. I know not everybody's going to be a business owner. Magician card in the moon. Yeah, someone is very jealous as to how you rise, how you manifest, how you do something specific, your talents. Again, doesn't have to be that you own a business. It could just be how you approach life, how you do things. Maybe you weren't really showing up. Maybe you were off grid. Maybe you were just, coasting for a while. You had other things going on in the background. So you wasn't really showing up in your full form, if that makes sense. You wasn't taking up as much space as what you kind of would say when you was at your best. And now you're kind of like back on it. It's like, yeah, with the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, and someone secretly watching this, some sort of rise, some sort of comeback energy. This could have been somebody who felt like they defeated you in the past, with the Six of Wands being here in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Empress in the reverse. This is somebody who could have tried to steal some sort of clout, or I don't really want to say clout, steal business from you in some way, shape or form, copy off you. Is more so what this is giving. Try to be you because you wasn't in the picture. You're being a bit quiet over there, Cancer. So let me just pretend that I'm you, or take on your sort of characteristics. Put out work that is claiming to be my own, but it's actually you. But because you've gone off grid, or you're off radar, or you're not really changing up anything, it looks like mine. That's basically what this person was doing. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you found your passion. This is what this is. Ace of Pentacles. I don't know if somebody felt like you were out of business or whatever, but there's some sort of new energy. Just when they think that you are down and out, just when they think that you have gone, they've defeated you, it's like you pull out another trick. Like someone is really kind of watching you kind of pick yourself up, especially if you was out of it somehow, if that makes sense to you. Knight of Cups. Oh, I'd be very careful with anybody being nice to you, especially if you know this person to be a competitor. This could be somebody who's trying to be nice to kind of like sink your ship. Be very careful with this person. Apply the reading how it resonates. Ten of Pentacles. They're coming for your wealth. Hermit. They want to learn off you. And this person will never ever admit that they are learning off of you. This is a person who will cozy up to you to get close to you. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, claim to love you. But what they really want to do is sabotage what you got going on to pass it off as their own. I don't know who this is for, but be very, very careful of your circle. This could be a Virgo. This is somebody who's heavily watching you, watching how you do something, watching your abundance, watching how you grow in something. This is somebody who has a lot of envy, but they pretend that they don't. Does Cancer know who this is? The Sun card in the reverse. You may think you know who it is and you don't. Could be a Leo though. This could be hidden right now from you. Maybe the person who you think wouldn't do this is the one that would do this. Keep your circle in check at this time. Three of Swords in the reverse. Some of you, it could be family. Five of Wands. The Lovers. Hanged Man in the reverse. I don't know if you had somebody in your energy, Cancer, who was kind of like, yeah, with the Emperor. Now it's giving a different type of vibe. Some of you may have had a parent. This could be a father or a mother now, because we've got the Empress in the reverse, and this is what I'm kind of getting. And then I look at the bottom of the deck and the Empress here. This could be an Aries. An Aries who you walked away from, or you had to walk away from here. An Aries or a Taurus. This could be mothering energy. Whatever age you are, this could be a parent of some kind. Sadly, you may have had somebody who didn't want to see you prosper. This could be a family member. This is giving mothering energy, fathering energy, and you may have had to distance from this person, or it's like you wouldn't have thought that this is the person. Kind of what I'm seeing down here. It's like, do you know who this is? The Sun is in the reverse. It's probably somebody who you don't think. And for some of you, it could be a parent who didn't want you to prosper for whatever reason. What is the reason? You could be finding this out soon, especially if you've distanced from someone or you've moved away in some way, shape or form. Somebody's true colors may start to come out. And why is that? Hierophant in the reverse. So, Ace of Cups. In the name of love is what I'm hearing. Very specific what I'm getting. And this is, I don't expect this to resonate for everybody. So Cancer, I'm getting an energy of a parent, an auntie, someone who is an elder to you, someone who definitely watched you grow up in some way, shape or form. You may have come from some sort of family dynamic that you might have regarded as alternative, or you know, it was very different, and you may have grown to realize how different maybe, you know, everybody's dynamic is different. You know, nobody goes and grows with the same type of vibe around them. Everybody has very different experiences growing up, different households, different dynamics, etc. But it's like you always kind of knew that there was something different about, you know, the dynamic that you could have grown up in, right? And now this is quite specific. It's almost like the energy of someone that was a parent to you, or someone who was kin, someone who was, you know, next of kin to you. Parent, father, mother, auntie, grandmother, whoever, okay? Strong family energy, who really had to struggle. This could have been somebody who was even neglected in their past, or they never felt motherly love, or they never felt fatherly love in a healthy way. You know, not to say that they weren't loved with the Ace of Cups being here, but it was with conditions. Like with the Hierophant in the reverse, this could have been somebody who grew up in a very warped environment where they didn't quite know what was healthy. Do you know what I mean? In terms of love, in terms of, you know, good morals, in terms of, you know, healthy relationships, healthy love relationships. This was not a person who grew up really seeing a good representation of healthy love, be that in the dynamic of family, through their own parents, you know, around them. This could have been somebody who grew up in a very alternative way. And it's almost like if this person is now your parent, okay, if they had a very, very hard life because of their upbringing, it's like somebody wanting you to experience and go through the struggle because they did. Like in my day, it's kind of giving the energy of, in my day, I had to do X, Y, Z. Somebody has possibly a very, I don't want to say old fashioned, but a very generational curse-ish way of looking at things. And it's almost like, well, because it was good enough for me, then my children need to live by that. It's almost like a pattern that was never broken. So it's like someone here who could be related to you definitely may not have wanted, you to maybe flourish how you did, things to be easy for you, or success to happen for you like that, because it never happened to them like that, because they could have either been restricted, or they were kind of born into a family or a dynamic where, we do things in a certain way here and we don't follow that, out of the box way of doing things. Does that make sense to you? So it's like someone wanted you to have their struggles. Someone wanted you to live the life that they lived. If it was okay for me, then why should it be easier for you? With the 10 of Wands being here and the 3 of Wands. This is somebody who wants you to see what it's like to struggle and things to be hard to come by. And I'm not saying, we must bring up children or bring up our offspring, shall I say, with silver spoons. Or to think that everything just comes freely. That's absolutely not what I'm kind of getting here. It's kind of the energy of, if this person grew up in a hard household, this is somebody who may have inflicted that on you because that's the way that they feel like it should be. I'm not going to make it easier for you, or I'm not going to wish well, if you like, on some sort of success because I never had that for myself. So why should it's a real projecting, a real low vibrational, a real generational curse-ish, hanging over-ish sort of vibe. I really hope that makes sense. That's only going to resonate for some of you, but it's giving strong energy of someone wanting you to struggle and calling it love. Just because generations before us did it that way, that doesn't make it right to do it again, and that doesn't mean that that's the way it should be and that's right. And sometimes this is where we talk about generational karma, generational curses, generational things. Who breaks the cycle? And you may be one to come along and break the cycle. A cycle of deprivation for some of you, a cycle of abandonment, a cycle of codependency as well. You may have even had somebody very codependent on you. You could have been somebody who had to grow up very, very fast because of your life circumstances, or somebody who you was related to that raised you may have been in this dynamic. And it's kind of continued, and you are where the pattern stops. The Lovers in the reverse. Somebody may not have wanted you to have some sort of love as well, relationship. Lovers in the reverse and the Star. Oh, I just showed naked bodies. Sorry. King of Cups in the reverse. It's like someone who's supposed to love you. Now it's giving a totally different energy. This could both be relevant. Workplace, a competitor, and like a mothering energy. If you don't get your wish fulfillment, if you don't prosper, you will always rely on me. Or you will always find it hard, just like I did. Back in the day, we used to walk 10 miles to the water well to get water. It's like somebody with a very old way of thinking. And I say that lightly, This would be somebody who would very much be resistant to helping you because of this mindset that they have. Doesn't matter if they've got the means to help you or not. This would be somebody who would present themselves as being unhelpful, or they wouldn't see the value of giving you a leg up, or, not to say that you have to be looking for that or expecting that, and you may not necessarily be. You could definitely be moving forward here. You may have just distanced yourself from this person, but there was someone around you, or there is someone around you who don't want things to come easy for you. So tell me where you're moving to. 2 of Wands, making a choice. Ace of Wands, your passion. Something about your passion. Yeah, your passion and your drive. Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Some of you have got some really nice new opportunities coming in. I feel like if you did receive something in the past, that you were sitting on, or you wasn't utilizing the opportunity to the best of your abilities. Like, say you have a business and it was going well for a while, and then you took a back seat, or you weren't really working on it too much. Now is the time to kind of rev that up. Who was I saying this to yesterday? It's like passion coming back, and it's going to be really well received. If you're worried about how it's going to be received, you won't have to spend long to kind of get that back up and running, if that makes sense to you. Some of you could also be toying with, potentially getting with somebody in love. The ball could be in your court where it comes to that as well. Two of Swords. Yeah, you're going to see that there's an option for you to be happy. You may be a little bit stuck in your head about whether you should actually open up to this love situation. This could be because of a betrayal in the past. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. You could be worried. I don't know if you're an overgiver or if you've been known to overgive in the past. You could be worried that you may have more than someone, or you may be giving more to someone. Especially if this is a new thing that you've just started or you're considering. You may question whether somebody's up to the challenge of being equal and balanced with you, with the Tower. Someone feels very, very threatened by you, Cancer. Very threatened. Very threatened by how likable you are. Especially if this is to do with business. It's like your character. Something about your character. I feel like you really intimidate people. I feel like you do. Because you've got a very good balance between your innocence. And when I say innocence, like likable energy, you know, inner child in balance type of energy. You definitely could have done some sort of inner child healing, especially if you have come from a dynamic where what I described before, generational stuff. You may have come from a rough childhood, you know, things like that. Doesn't have to necessarily be neglect, but you came from some sort of alternative way of growing up and you knew that it was different. And therefore you've kind of like sifted through and done a lot of work on yourself, which is commendable. And it's kind of like giving the energy now of someone is really intimidated and kind of jealous of how you could be very playful. Somebody who's very happy-go-lucky is what I'm kind of getting. But you've got a very good balance. That's what I was going to say. You've got a very good balance between your inner child, you know, your fun-loving type of energy and your ability to be serious and get the job done. Yeah, as I say that, yeah, that is the truth. The Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, you've got a very good balance. When it's time to play, you know how to play. When it's time to work, you know how to work. So people are very intimidated by you. You have a very big presence, and I think it's felt. And I feel like people see this in you. With the Knight of Pentacles, and you could have had people trying to slow this down or to, you know, make you pump the brakes on some sort of forward movement. You could be somebody very, very decisive. When you make up your mind, you go for it, and it's never from a frivolous place. And people are intimidated by confidence sometimes, and I feel like you may possess that type of confidence where you're very nice when you need to be. You're also very opinionated. You also speak your mind. You're also very fun-loving. It's almost like where it comes to your character, you're very adaptable. You can kind of flow with whatever environment it is. When it's time to be serious, you can be serious. When it's time to, you know, have some fun, you can jump up and down and have some fun. Very, very moldable character, and it's very attractive. If you have more recently moved away from an earth sign, I feel like that would be a good thing for you. Especially if somebody was really trying to impose some sort of way of living on you, like you must live in struggle, or why do you want to be so successful? This could have been somebody who was planting seeds of doubt, like why do you want to be, an overachiever, or why do you want to achieve that when back in the day it was okay to just XYZ. You could have definitely had somebody around you, because I didn't do it, then why must you? Like, I don't know, something like that. What do you need to focus on? We won't spend too long on this because I spent a long time on that spread. What do you need to focus on, Cancer? Hermit. Three of Cups. You may be needing to socialize more or go out. Some of you could really like your own company. Eight of Wands. You may be hearing about a celebration, a party. You may be invited to something here. You may not want to go to this because you could be very much in isolation at this moment in time. What's the Hermit? Four of Cups. Yeah, you may be turning down offers. This could be dating offers. This could be going out with friends offers, socializing offers. Maybe you want to be by yourself. Tell me about the Three of Cups. Should Cancer indulge in this Three of Cups? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That would be a no. Six of Wands. Manifesting. Some of you, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but from looking at this spread, a lot of you are enjoying alone time right now. Some of you could be in hermit mode. Some of you could be not really letting things distract you at this time. And it could be for a specific reason as to you working on some sort of success, or you're gaining a lot of success through being in this hermit mode. And there could be people around you who want you to come out, come chill with us and whatever. And I guess it's about striking the healthy balance. If it is that, it's drinking and it's partying and that's just not your vibe with the hermit, then that's fine too. You can do other things socially with people that don't require you, going out to the club or whatever have you. Finding some sort of balance with that could be useful. If you could be changing, to be honest with you, Cancer. You could be becoming somebody who your focus is different. Your goals are very different to the people around you. And you may kind of be ahead of your time right now, especially if you are younger. If you're a younger Cancer, I mean, age is, doesn't measure maturity and what have you, but especially if you are younger and a lot of your friends, peers, people around you could be still on the going out and the partying and the drinking and the getting high and the whatever have you. Your vibrational frequency, if I can speak, could be tweaking and changing. Therefore, things are going to be looking less attractive to you where it comes to going out. You may ask, well, okay, what's the plan? Like somebody hits you up and it will be like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's meet up. Your first question might be, well, where are we going? What are we doing? And the reason why that's going to be the case is because you may be seeing the value in doing things that are going to be beneficial to your growth. So, for example, you may not see it as beneficial to your growth going out and spending lots of money on drinking, or going out and, splashing money or drinking, or going out late and being tired the next day, even if it isn't alcohol related, liquor related, or getting high or whatever have you, partying. Like, it could just be that you've got work in the morning, you've taken up a few extra hours to kind of invest in your new thing, your new project, and that you're going to be worse for wear in the morning if you do this social activity the night before. Whereas if you've got a friend calling you and saying, oh, well, do you want to meet up and do a low-key, I don't know, a dinner, or, do you want to come over and we just catch up and order a pizza or whatever have you, you may be more inclined to do that. Your social activities could be changing and your social circle could be changing because of it. So it's almost like somebody could be growing. You could find that you are growing and you're finding things less appealing as you are going through this process. I feel like if you do have an invite to socialize, party, if it's a birthday, something like that, use your discernment. But I do feel like, if this is just going out all the time on the town and whatever, you've got other fish to fry. That is very successful fish at that, okay? You may be turning down some sort of invite here. Six of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. There's going to be things from the past that you are no longer going to be investing in. And I feel like that's what this is saying. Investing in what is pushing you forward. What's the Eight of Wands? What's the Eight of Wands here for Cancer? The King of Pentacles. You've got bigger fish to fry. That's what I said, right? Eight of Swords. And don't be worried. Don't feel guilty about choosing to invest in things that you want to invest in. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that's living your life. You know what's cooking in your pot. You know how the cookie is crumbling in your life. So if you know that, okay, going out and investing in whatever this is, you know, I'm going to be losing money. First of all, I'm going to be losing valuable time that I could be, you know, sleeping to get up for work, to earn the coin, to put into whatever it is, or to pay off on the house, or to pay off on the new vehicle that I'm trying to work towards. There's bigger goals that you could have in mind, Cancer. And these are the things that you've got to bear in mind when you get these sort of invitations, especially if you are feeling, if this is resonating for you, and you are feeling that people around you are kind of doing other things that are not really it's not appealing to you anymore. You could be changing your taste, and that is okay. That is a measure of growth. And it's not to say that, you know, you are going to be blowing people off, but you may be declining certain invitations because it's just not aligning with what your pathway is at the moment. You know, people do change, people do grow. Six of Wands and the Magician card. Yeah. Bigger fish to fry, like I say. Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse. There's something here about you no longer investing in some past things that you may used to seek a lot of joy in, actually. You may have found these things to be beneficial for you in the past, and now you could be changing, you could be bossing up. With the King of Pentacles being here in the upright, you're investing in new things, and I feel like that's where the focus needs to be, especially where it comes to your work, your business, making sure you're getting enough rest to kind of put energy into what you need to put energy into. I'll say this a lot. I don't think I've ever said this on the channel. I'll say this a lot. It's been about, I'd say, I used to have very bad sleep issues due to stress and other things that was going on in my life, right? That kind of sorted itself out to the point now I am a person who goes to bed very, very early. It's possibly unbelievable how early sometimes I go to bed. And that's just the pattern that I've kind of fallen into. And I almost feel so unsettled the next day if I don't kind of go to bed at a certain time now, because I've got things to do. I've got a schedule to run on. I've got my kid to sort out, you know, and sleep is a lot of the time the recipe for success. Rest, adequate rest, making sure that you feel good in yourself, because you can't run on empty. Okay. And for some of you, that could be very significant. You may be needing to go to bed earlier, especially if you burn the candle at both ends. You know, things do change. Priorities change. Sleep is a big priority for me, because without sleep, I could not function. I couldn't do what I do. And, you got to listen to your body and know what's cooking in your pot to know how you're kind of like flowing with life and what you're aligning to, you know. That's what I see for you. Cancer. Those were your messages. That was a bit longer than what I thought it would be. I love you. If you like how I read, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. But until next time, sending you love and light. Please like the video, share the video if you feel inclined to do so. And I will see you soon. Mwah. You take care. Bye.